Did you ever realize that the act of breathing goes beyond merely supplying oxygen to our bodies? It actually has a profound impact on our minds. It's not just a life-sustaining function, it's a way to connect with our inner selves, thoughts and emotions. While this idea might sound bold, it draws from centuries of wisdom found in Buddhist teachings. The link between our breath and our mind is a consistent theme in these teachings, often overlooked in our fast-paced modern lives. Consider this. Our breath is more than a biological necessity. It serves as a bridge, connecting us to a deeper understanding of our minds. According to Buddhist teachings, our breath is a vital life force, a subtle rhythm that accompanies us from our first breath to our last. Despite its significance, we often take our breath for granted in the midst of our daily activities. We forget to notice the gentle rise and fall of our chest, the cool air entering our nostrils, and the warm air leaving our bodies. But what if we took a moment to pay attention to these simple acts of breathing? According to Buddha, when we focus on our breath, we're actually tuning into our own minds. It's like taking a closer look at our thoughts, feelings, and reactions. This practice helps us see things as they truly are, without the filter of our desires. It brings about a sense of calm, peace, and understanding. This isn't about escaping reality or finding a quick fix for our problems. It's about forming a stronger connection with ourselves, our thoughts and our emotions. It's about gracefully navigating the intricate terrain of our minds with compassion and understanding. So what happens when we deliberately pay attention to our breath? Let's continue on this fascinating journey to discover. The breath, often overlooked, is the quiet rhythm of our lives. It's a constant companion, accompanying us from birth to the last moments of life. Despite its significance, it's easy to underestimate. However, in Buddha's teachings, the breath is highly regarded. It's not just a bodily function, but a life force, a link between our body and spirit. To explore this, let's dive into how breathing operates. When we inhale, we bring in oxygen into our lungs, which is then distributed to all our cells, providing the energy they need to stay alive. On the exhale, we release carbon dioxide, a byproduct of our body's metabolic processes. This simple act of breathing, this exchange of gases, is essential for our survival. However, for Buddha, breath held a significance beyond its physical mechanics. He viewed it as a manifestation of prana, or life energy. In his teachings, breath is the subtle rhythm that forms the foundation of our existence, a serene symphony playing quietly in the background of our lives, often overlooked yet profoundly impactful. Buddha conveyed that breath serves as a reflection of our mind. In times of stress or anxiety, our breath becomes shallow and rapid. Conversely, when we are relaxed or focused, our breath becomes slow and deep. Through mindful observation of our breath, we can gain insights into our emotional and mental states. Additionally, Buddha suggested that by consciously regulating our breath, we can shape our mind, soothe our thoughts, nurture mindfulness, and cultivate inner peace. This lies at the core of Buddha's teachings on breath, that our breath is not merely a life-sustaining function, but a potent instrument for personal transformation. Now, let's shift our attention from our breath to our mind. What happens in our minds? Think of our minds as potentially wild and untamed, akin to untrained horses, or as serene and disciplined like well-trained stallions. It's a thought-provoking analogy, isn't it? But what does it signify, and how does it align with Buddha's teachings? Buddha likened the untrained mind to a wild horse, galloping without purpose, driven by whims and fancies. It tends to be restless, leaping from one thought to another like a monkey swinging from tree to tree. This untrained mind is in perpetual motion, never finding rest. Easily swayed by external influences, it gets carried away by waves of emotions and thoughts, reacting impulsively and often leading to regrettable actions. It's comparable to a wild horse running aimlessly, lacking a clear direction. But what if we could tame this wild horse? What if we could train it to be composed, focused, and responsive instead of reactive? This is where the idea of the trained mind comes into play. In Buddha's teachings, the trained mind resembles a well-disciplined stallion, composed, focused, and aware. It doesn't succumb to the torrents of emotions and thoughts, but rather observes them, comprehends them, and responds wisely. It's proactive, not reactive. Training the mind doesn't involve suppressing thoughts or emotions. It's about understanding them, acknowledging them, and then releasing them. It's about cultivating awareness, fostering mindfulness. It's about living in the present moment, not dwelling in the past or the future. So how do we train our minds? How do we shift from having wild horse minds to disciplined stallion minds? The answer lies in the breath. Yes, the simple act of breathing can be a potent tool for mind training. But how does our breath influence our mind? Let's delve into that. Our breath serves as a gateway to mindfulness, a powerful concept, right? But what does it truly entail? Let's explore. Mindfulness, as per Buddha's teachings, involves being fully aware and present in each moment. It's about observing without judgment, accepting things as they are, not as we wish them to be. And one of the most straightforward and effective ways to cultivate mindfulness is through the breath. This practice is known as anapanasati, or mindfulness of breathing, a technique that Buddha introduced more than 2,500 years ago, and its relevance persists today as much as it did back then. It's a practice that encourages us to fully focus on the sensation of breathing, on the rhythmic movement of our chest, and the gentle flow of air in and out of our nostrils. The essence is to tune into the present moment, taking it one breath at a time. But how does this impact the mind? Well, when we concentrate on our breath, we give our mind a constant anchor. This stabilizes the mind, quiets the internal chatter, and allows us to perceive things more clearly. It's like smoothing out the ripples on a pond, enabling us to see the bottom clearly. Additionally, focusing on the breath imparts lessons about impermanence, a fundamental concept in Buddhist teachings. Each breath is distinct, arriving and departing, never to be repeated. Observing this helps us grasp the fleeting nature of all things, leading to a deeper sense of peace and equanimity. In this way, breath serves as a bridge connecting us to the present moment and providing a direct path to mindfulness, a tool that is constantly with us, always accessible, regardless of our location or activity. Now take a moment to pay attention to your breath. How does it feel? Is it shallow or deep, fast or slow? Can you sense the coolness of the air as you inhale, the warmth as you exhale? This simple act, this moment of awareness, marks the initial step on your journey to mindfulness. Remember, the breath is more than just a physical act. It's a pathway to peace, a gateway to mindfulness. Modern science, too, aligns with Buddha's teachings as we explore the captivating realms of neurobiology and psychology. We find a striking harmony with the ancient wisdom of Buddha. The breath, often underestimated, is now recognized as a potent tool for mental well-being. Psychological research indicates that controlled breathing is effective in managing stress and anxiety. When you intentionally slow down your breath, your body responds by lowering the heart rate and reducing blood pressure. This physiological change signals the brain to transition from a heightened state of alertness to a state of calmness. It's like telling your mind, all is well, you can relax now. Now let's delve into the biological link between the breath and the brain. Our brains are wired with a cluster of neurons known as the respiratory pacemaker. These neurons not only control our breathing patterns, but also interact with brain regions associated with attention, arousal, and anxiety. So, when you modify your breathing rhythm, you're essentially communicating with these areas, influencing your mental state. This is where the science aligns with Buddha's teachings. When Buddha talked about being mindful of your breath, he was highlighting this important connection. By concentrating on your breath, you can steer your mind from chaos to calm, from being scattered to being focused. But here's the key. It's not just about taking deep breaths, it's about breathing with mindfulness. It involves being fully present with every inhale and exhale, sensing the life force flowing within you. When you breathe consciously, you're not just supplying oxygen to your body, you're also providing your mind with attention and care. So the next time you find yourself entangled in a storm of thoughts or emotions, keep in mind your breath is your ally, your pathway to a more serene mind. Practicing mindful breathing is akin to softly telling your brain it's time to unwind, it's time to concentrate. Let's dive into a real-life story that beautifully illustrates the powerful connection between meditation and breath, two integral aspects of Buddha's teachings. This phrase, meditation and breath, two sides of the same coin, perfectly captures the essence of how the breath acts as a bridge, connecting our body and mind, anchoring us in the present moment. Various meditation practices emphasize the significance of the breath, with one of the foundational techniques being anapanasati, or mindfulness of breathing. Buddha himself taught this practice, which involves directing attention to the sensations of breathing. When you inhale, you become aware of the cool air entering your nostrils and filling your lungs. As you exhale, you observe the warm air leaving your body. This simple act of observation, free from judgment or expectation, works to cultivate a sense of peace and tranquility. However, it's not just about finding peace. The breath also serves as a tool for gaining insight and undergoing transformation. In Vipassana, another meditation practice rooted in Buddha's teachings, the breath becomes a focal point for observing the impermanent nature of all phenomena. By attentively observing the ever-changing sensations of the breath, we gain an understanding of the transient nature of our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. This understanding can lead to profound shifts in perspective, promoting greater acceptance and equanimity. Breath-focused meditation practices extend beyond Buddhism and are present in various spiritual traditions, showcasing a universal acknowledgement of the breath's transformative potential. From the pranayama practices of yoga to the hesychastic prayer of the Christian Orthodox tradition, the breath is honored as a sacred conduit to higher states of consciousness. Buddha emphasized the significance of breath in meditation, stating, "Breathing in long, he discerns, I am breathing in long," or breathing out long, he discerns, I am breathing out long. He trains himself, I will breathe in calming bodily fabrication, I will breathe out calming bodily fabrication. This way, the breath becomes a tool for self-awareness and self-regulation, guiding us toward inner peace and clarity. So, how can we bring this ancient wisdom into our everyday lives? By turning each breath into a mindful act, we have the power to transform ordinary moments into opportunities for presence and peace. It all starts with a single breath. The art of breathing and meditation isn't just about a catchy phrase. It's a reality experienced by countless individuals through the practice of mindful breathing. Our daily lives are often filled with stressors, deadlines, traffic jams, and disagreements that can make our breath shallow and our minds race. Yet by directing our attention to our breath, we can navigate these situations with greater ease and calmness. How do we incorporate mindful breathing into our day-to-day lives? Begin your day with a few minutes of focused breathing as you wake up, before the hustle and bustle of the day kicks in. Sit quietly, observe your breath. This simple practice can set a positive tone for the day ahead. Use your breath as an anchor during stressful moments. If you find yourself in a tense situation, take a moment to focus on your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. This can help bring you back to the present moment and alleviate feelings of stress and anxiety. Wrap up your day with mindful breathing, just as you started it. This can assist you in unwinding, letting go of the day's worries, and preparing for a restful night's sleep. Now, let's listen to the experiences of individuals who have transformed their lives through mindful breathing. Meet John, a busy entrepreneur who used to feel constantly stressed and unfocused. Once he started practicing mindful breathing, he noticed a significant change. John shares, "Mindful breathing helped me discover a sense of calm amidst the chaos. It's like I stumbled upon a secret weapon to combat stress." Similarly, there's Sarah, a school teacher who used mindful breathing to enhance her classroom management. She explains, "Practicing mindful breathing helped me remain calm and patient with my students. It has truly made a significant difference in both my teaching and personal life." These stories are just glimpses of the numerous transformations facilitated by breath mindfulness. Each breath we take holds the potential to reshape our minds and consequently our lives. Yet what challenges might we face in this practice? Every journey has its hurdles, and this one is no exception. As we delve into paying more attention to our breath and mind, common obstacles may emerge. For example, sitting still and focusing on our breath can be challenging for many of us. Distractions from our thoughts or even moments of drowsiness may arise. It's crucial to remember that these aren't signs of failure, but rather integral parts of the learning and growth process. Another common misconception is that mindfulness of breathing involves controlling or manipulating our breath. However, according to Buddhist teachings, the emphasis is on observing the breath as it naturally is, without attempting to alter it. This practice isn't about reaching a specific state of mind. Instead, it's about comprehending and embracing our present experience. Furthermore, there might be a misconception that this practice is only for monks or spiritual seekers. However, the reality is that anyone can engage in and reap the benefits of this straightforward yet impactful technique. Now, let's take a moment to ponder what we've discovered. Inhale deeply and reflect on our journey. From the calm lake in our introduction, we've traveled through the landscape of Buddhist teachings, exploring the profound connection between breath and mind. We've grasped that the breath, this quiet life rhythm, is more than just a bodily need. According to Buddha, it's life's essence itself, an intricate dance of existence that keeps us anchored in the present. We then entered the realm of the mind, uncovering its dual nature. Like a wild horse, the untrained mind can be disorderly and unruly, yet with discipline and practice, it can transform into a trained stallion, responsive and focused. We unveiled the transformative power of mindfulness of breathing, or anapanasati, a practice that allows us to unlock the full potential of our mind. By simply being aware of our breath, we can evoke a sense of calm and clarity, nurturing a deeper connection with our inner selves. Interestingly, modern research supports these age-old teachings. Scientific studies demonstrate a direct link between our breathing patterns and our mental well-being. Mindful breathing has been shown to reduce stress, enhance cognitive function, and even alter the structure of our brains. We explored the art of breathing in meditation practices, understanding how various techniques can influence our mental state. Buddhist teachings on meditation and breath provide us with a roadmap to inner peace and wisdom. We also discussed how these breathing techniques can be applied in our daily lives. Personal stories of transformation through breath-mind awareness serve as proof of the effectiveness of this practice. Finally, we addressed common challenges and misconceptions, dispelling these myths to approach this practice with an open mind and a willing heart. Remember, the breath is more than just a life force. It's a force for a mindful life. So the next time you breathe, recognize that you're not merely inhaling oxygen, you're inhaling life. Furthermore, there might be a misconception that this practice is only for monks or spiritual seekers. However, the reality is that anyone can engage in and reap the benefits of this straightforward yet impactful technique. Now, let's take a moment to ponder what we've discovered. Inhale deeply and reflect on our journey. From the calm lake in our introduction, we've traveled through the landscape of Buddhist teachings, exploring the profound connection between breath and mind. We've grasped that the breath, this quiet life rhythm, is more than just a bodily need. According to Buddha, it's life's essence itself, an intricate dance of existence that keeps us anchored in the present. We then entered the realm of the mind, uncovering its dual nature. Like a wild horse, the untrained mind can be disorderly and unruly, yet with discipline and practice, it can transform into a trained stallion, responsive and focused. We unveiled the transformative power of mindfulness of breathing, or anapanasati, a practice that allows us to unlock the full potential of our mind. By simply being aware of our breath, we can evoke a sense of calm and clarity, nurturing a deeper connection with our inner selves. Interestingly, modern research supports these age-old teachings. Scientific studies demonstrate a direct link between our breathing patterns and our mental well-being. Mindful breathing has been shown to reduce stress, enhance cognitive function, and even alter the structure of our brains. We explored the art of breathing in meditation practices, understanding how various techniques can influence our mental state. Buddhist teachings on meditation and breath provide us with a roadmap to inner peace and wisdom. We also discussed how these breathing techniques can be applied in our daily lives. Personal stories of transformation through breath-mind awareness serve as proof of the effectiveness of this practice. Finally, we addressed common challenges and misconceptions, dispelling these myths to approach this practice with an open mind and a willing heart. Remember, the breath is more than just a life force. It's a force for a mindful life. So the next time you breathe, recognize that you're not merely inhaling oxygen, you're inhaling life.